Hey guys, what is up? It is Danlags, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. Today I am back on one of my first worlds. We're back here in Danville, guys. As you can see, I'm on the Xbox One version of the world, since, you know, kind of got this strange little cutoff, and you can kind of go outside the map. It's cool. When you expand it to Xbox One, you can, you know, expand the world and go outside the boundaries of the map. But it's cool kind of looking at it from the outside in. I really like that. It kind of just gives me a different aspect and a different look at it. But anyway, guys, we're back in Danville today. And today's video, I'm going to just be doing a tour of Danville, kind of going through and just kind of talking about some of my old builds and things like that. And basically, I have hundreds of episodes of stuff on my channel about Danville, but not a single one of those videos talks about Danville in 2015. You know, kind of like looking back on it after it's been over 2 years now since I first started building this world. And of course, it's been done for a long time now, over a year, but you know, it's still fun to come back on this world every once in a while, just kind of look at my old stuff and look at how silly some things looked back in the day that my friends and I built. So I'm going to just kind of go jump around the world, talk about some random stuff, and, you know, just have a good old time, get my reactions on all this stuff, you know, after it's been so long since I built it. So anyway, guys, this first intersection right here, this very spot, is the very first intersection of Danville. And this is Main Street and Minecraft Avenue. So the thing about this world is I named every street. And this is something I'm working on in Los Angeles because I think it's cool to, like, you know, name your roads and give it a little bit of like a personal touch. So this is the very first intersection of Danville when I first loaded this world and decided to start building a town with my friends. This is the first thing that we built, just a little road that went in 2 different directions. So we'll kind of get started off with the first house. So this right here is the very first house on my Danville world that I built from start to finish. When I used to build on Danville, I used to build everything from start to finish, so I wouldn't start a new house until the first one was like completely done. That's something I got to do on LD as well. Got to go back to my roots there a little bit, but as you can see, created by Danlags. This is like a kind of like a wooden house that I built. I was not really that experienced with building at the time, so like I thought this was amazing when I first built it, and I'm gonna be completely honest, I still think this is a pretty cool build. And it's about to sunset in Danville. Let's go ahead and quickly turn off the daylight cycle or whatever it's called. All right, so I mean, anyway, I used to think this house was so cool when I first built it. And honestly, I really still like it a lot in terms of just like it's like original design. This is like when I first started to like detail things and stuff like that. Like all my old worlds before Danville, before I started YouTube, really I didn't put a whole lot of detail into my builds. And this is where I kind of first started experimenting with like adding detail and putting time into things and kind of making it look like run down. It kind of looks like post-apocalyptic a little bit. But anyway, yeah, this was the first house I built, and we're gonna go ahead and move on. Let's go somewhere else. We have a bunch of stuff on this main road. A lot of this stuff was built by Jack, and I don't really want to look at any of that stuff. So let's fly down the main road here. Let's see, what can we look at? Oh, here we go. This is a great thing to look at. All right, so we have the national park, and this world is actually like really laggy. It's, you know, it's old, so it's got a little bit of lag to it. But this is the Minecraft National Park. I built this as well, and like literally everything in this world, since like 7 or 8 people contributed to this world at some point. Literally everything in this world is built, no matter what it is, whether it's a park, a house, a building, a tower, whatever. It's all like marked on who built it. So right here, this is like the first park that I built. I built this right after I built my first 2 mansions on the world. Yeah, this is just cool. It's kind of just like a little brick pathway that runs around this little pond. Lots of trees. Try to do a little bit of terraforming here on this super flat world. And I wanted to add like everything. So when I built this park, I really wanted to start off by, you know, creating a park and having... I didn't want it to just be just a bunch of houses on plots. I actually wanted it to be like a legitimate town. And the cool thing about this park is it actually has a little bit of a mini game to it. So what you do is you start from this nether brick pole, and you can actually hop across the lily pads and try to get across every lily pad before or without falling in the water. So it's a little bit tricky. I'm not sure if you can make that jump. Yeah, you can. This used to be a little mini game that my friends and I would play, and we'd race and stuff like that. It was pretty fun, but it's not that hard anymore. I used to remember this being a little bit harder than it was. Maybe I just got better at the game, guys. But look at that, first try. Oh, never mind. I fell in the last one, so that's a fail. But this is the national park, guys. I'm gonna fly to a different part of the map and check out something else. All right, guys. So here's the basketball court of Danville. I remember my second video on this world was, well, really my second video ever was on this. I did a tutorial on how to build a basketball hoop in this court, so that was pretty cool. And this area of the map has some pretty funny stuff in it. So like this is kind of the northern side of the map. I think I have a map actually on me. Yeah, I didn't fill it out because this is Xbox One, but yeah, this has some pretty cool stuff over here. So we have like the Danville Bank. I think that's what this is called. Oh no, it's the Danville International Bank. So really fancy. A lot of this stuff I built, I would say about 50% of this world I built before I even started making videos. So I had a lot of stuff to make videos for right when I started, which was kind of helps me grow a little bit because I could put out a new video every single day of like different tours and things like that. Right here is the Danville Corporate Tower, and it looks really silly on the outside with the blocks that I chose, but believe it or not, I actually really like the interior design on this still to this day, like 2 years later. I love this thing in the middle where we have like this open space where there's balconies for each one of these offices, kind of going all the way up the middle with this fountain down in the middle. I actually like really like this design. This honestly would be something I would do again on Los Angeles inside a skyscraper because this is really cool. So maybe I'll get some inspiration from my older worlds. Let's see what these signs say real quick. I want to see what I wrote with all this stuff. Welcome to Sandstone Mining Inc. And it has main entrance, reception, and grand staircase. So put a lot of effort into the signs on this world. There's no doubt about that. All right, so let's go back outside. Let's see what else we can check out. Tons of stuff in this area to look at. There's so much things. Let's see if we can fly down here, see what's around. I got a bunch of standard houses around here. There's horses spawning in Danville. That's just something I never thought I would see. It's a different time, everybody. It's a different time. All right, guys, so we're on the other side of the national park. So there's the park right there. And it's cool actually looking at this world on Xbox One because the render distance is so much further. So you can actually get a huge scope of all the stuff in this world. Much more than you used to be able to. So like when you stand kind of in the dead center, you can get a really nice view. But this is an area of the map I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to just kind of take a look at again for old time's sake. First off, this right here is my real life house. This is the house my actual house. I think you guys might have seen it or a couple of times, you know, kind of in the background of some of my real life videos. One of my very few real life videos, but I built this thing like 2 years ago on Danville, and it makes me want to rebuild it, honestly. Like, I want to try rebuilding my real-life house because this is a pretty decent recreation of it, but I feel like I could do so much better with the new blocks and, like, just, you know, improving at the game. So I'm probably not going to do that because it's kind of like a waste, kind of rebuilding the same house over and over again. But and plus, you know, the original is always the best one. But, yeah, that's my real-life house, kind of recreated in Minecraft. That has a lot of views on my channel, I think, the tour of that one. Right here is a cool building. I like this one a lot. This is when I started to really consider turning this thing into a city. This is when I really started to get a little bit serious about like building this world, which is kind of funny to say considering like how bad everything is. But this is the, what is this thing called? There's got to be a sign somewhere. Aha! This is the the Glowstone Bar and Grill. So basically, this is kind of like a fancy restaurant in the world, and this is like the first thing I built that wasn't like a house or like a park or anything like that. So I really wanted to start adding lots of stuff like a bank. Obviously, we just showed that. The bank, the corporate tower, lots of restaurants, parks, and houses. Like, everything all in one. Wasn't just, like, you know, just houses. So we have a bunch of stuff over here. A lot of this stuff was built by my friends. Like, I think a lot of the, yes, like Scuba Steve right here, Steven, my friend Matt. So, like, and I think Jack built this house. So we have, like, a lining of houses that are all built by my friends, which I think is cool. Obviously, I don't do this as much in Los Angeles because I've been trying to, I have, like, a vision for my world that I, you know, want to keep. And you know, my friends don't really play a whole lot of Minecraft anymore, but it's like it's so much more fun playing with your friends when you're building, and I wish I still had that, you know, when I was playing the game, because sometimes it gets a little bit boring just building by yourself all the time. But anyway, right here is Los Pollos Hermanos, which is a little Easter egg from Breaking Bad. You know, the chicken restaurant in Breaking Bad. So you got to have a Breaking Bad reference in your world, at least one. I got a bunch of them in Los Angeles. We got the Winnebago and the desert of LD. Let's see what else we got around here. Aha, we got the fire station. The fire truck must be out saving a life or something, but there's the fire station. And then we come around this corner. This house is kind of cool. I like the story behind this house. It says created by all. Literally what we did was I got like 5 or 6 of my friends on, and we literally just built a house together. Like, you know, we all just kind of create our own input on it. And we built this house in like literally 20 minutes. Like I know it's like kind of standard and silly looking, but it was just cool having like one person work on like the kitchen, one person work on like the living room, one person building the walls and the roof, and it was just kind of cool, like everyone building together at the same time. It's just a really fun memory. Even though it's kind of just like a silly looking house, so it's not very good. But right here we have the Danville River, which runs all the way throughout the world. So you can kind of, it starts over there and it just runs straight down all the way through, all the way around to the other side of the map. We got the pixel art Rayquaza, which is an addition since the end of Danville, but it's still there nevertheless. Over here we got some cool builds. These are some of my newer builds in terms of these were like the last few things I built in the world. So these things are a little bit more advanced and more, I guess, Los Angeles-esque. You know, they're kind of like look like they belong in a better world than this one. Right here is like a modern house I built for a tutorial. I'm sure many of you have seen that. We have the modern library right there. I think that was the last thing I built on this world, if I remember correctly. What's this thing called? South Oregon Library. So I guess I named a bunch of streets after like stuff I liked. So that was one thing I named that. I think we called this area of the map Oregon for some reason. I don't really remember why. And right here we have a couple of southwestern Adobe style houses. These are really cool still. I like these a lot. This one in particular is just like really big and one of my favorite houses in the world because it's like super southwestern looking. So it's cool. All right, let's fly across the way. Let's go past the Rayquaza. Let's go to some other cool stuff. We'll fly right down the middle of his tail. Obviously, we have the Mediterranean mansion and the lake area of the world. I love this. This brings back a ton of great memories, building the Mediterranean mansion, which I still think is pretty cool. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's still pretty cool, I think. We have the community pool right next to it. This is nice. And then we have, again, this modern house again. It's like the same exact one that we just saw earlier. We have the modern mansion right there with the tennis court right next to it. And then, of course, we have the Danville Lake. So it's just like, it's cool looking back at all this stuff. Brings back a lot of memories, I'll tell you what. And I love all these lake houses, and it's just like good times. And I remember the volcano here. The volcano is a cool story. So we have the lighthouse on the side of the volcano, which might be a little bit of a hazard, but I don't know how many of you guys know about this, but there's a secret inside the volcano that I allowed my friend Matt to come on. I said, hey, Matt, the inside of the volcano is all yours. Just do what you want with it. So Matt built Matt's mini mountain house. So check this out, guys. Look what he built in here. I thought this was really cool. This is all inside the volcano. It's just a little mountain house. So it was cool. Matt loves building mountain houses. He has like an amazing mountain house on his world. So that we've toured it before on my channel. A couple of times, actually. But yeah, there's a lake. Cool area of the map. We got the sailboats. We got the little island in the middle of the map. We got the boats. We got the choppers over top. And then we got over here where we have a bunch of stuff. So let's take a look at all this stuff. We got a bunch of houses. I believe like all these houses were built by my friend Matt. Let's see. Yeah, created by Matt. I have two friends named Matt, so it's a little bit confusing. This is not the same Matt that built the mountain house. Yeah, created by Matt. And I believe this one is Matt as well. Sissy Woman is Matt. Yeah, you just whether you put Matt or Sissy Woman. I think this one's Sissy Woman as well. Yep, so he built like 4 or 5 houses on this row, which was cool. He was really helping me out, filling in space. I think he built this one too. I can't remember who built that actually. It might have been me. I don't really remember. So yeah, we have all this stuff. Let's fly down here and let's conclude this episode, guys, by just checking out this area of the map. Got a couple of more stories to tell you guys. There's so much stuff in this world. Like honestly, I could make a 2-hour video going through and talking about all the great memories on this world and just looking back at all this stuff. Oh, and my Minecraft crashed. That's great. Round of applause for Xbox One, everybody. Anyway, guys, we're gonna close this out by looking at these last few houses in this area of the world. Obviously, how can we forget about the jukebox mansion? Mansion made completely out of jukeboxes. I was thinking outside the box one day, literally, no pun intended. And I built this. This is still one of my favorite houses on this world, and even ever. It's just cool. I like it a lot. So we got that. I don't know if we want to highlight anything over there. There's a bunch of stuff over there that's cool. We got the dirt house, which was funny. What else we got? We got a modern house over here. I'm sure many of you have seen this. This is a pretty popular video. Made a tutorial on that. We have another traditional house. This is where I started to kind of, I would say, get a little bit better at building traditional houses. I think this one's still pretty good, even like a year and a half later. I still think it's pretty good. Of course, we got my Danlax statue. Obviously, this was like one of the finishing touches on the world, if I can say that properly. And then over here is an underrated part of the map. You know, this is probably like the most underpopulated part of the map, obviously, since there's no houses. But this is the Danville Forest, and I really like this area. I thought this was cool. You know, I was getting tired of building houses, but I wanted to add some grass to the world, and you know, this is what I did. I just boned a bunch of trees and built a forest on the world. I like this area. I think it's cool. And there's like some secrets over there. Wink, wink, for those of you who have never downloaded the world. Obviously, over here we got the gas station. We have the ShopRite, the supermarket. I love this. I got to rebuild something like this in Los Angeles. This is still really cool. I just saw something over here. Oh yeah, look at this. We have an NPC village just outside the world. That is so funny. That's just so funny looking. Like it's cut off right there. Like look at this. It's just like took a knife and just sliced right through the middle of that church. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at this stuff, man. These trees are just sliced in half. That's hilarious. That is so funny. Look at that. Oh my gosh. You just walk in. It's like, Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so we have the supermarket. What else we got that we can show before we're out of here? We got the Danville auto dealership. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Great memories. And then we have the big old what's this thing called again? The plantation mansion. That's right. This thing is nice and big. This was one of the bigger houses in the world when I built it. No doubt about that. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you for coming along and just kind of checking out Danville with me. There's countless memories on this world. Every single house in this world has a story to it, has a memory. That's really awesome, and I'm just glad that you guys have come along with the ride with me this whole time. And I just appreciate you guys watching all my videos, new or old. It means a lot to me, and this is kind of where it all started. So I wanted to just come back on here. It was highly requested that I do like an old tour of Danville, kind of like get my reactions on all this old stuff from the a 2015 scope with all this stuff that we've done on the channel. But I still love this world so much. It's great to come back on here every once in a while and just kind of smile and look at your old things. And I'm sure a lot of you guys do that as well with your old worlds. It's a fun thing to do. It's what makes Minecraft so special. And thanks for watching, everybody. Give it a like if you did enjoy it. And it's been DanLags, and we'll get back to some LD, do some real building. And I'll see you guys soon. So thanks for watching, everybody, and peace out.